Welcome back to another edition of Fly Tying with Jim Misiura. Today I'm going to tie a Hemingway gold rib deer hair nymph. The hook I have in the vise is a size 14. It is a 2 extra long nymph hook. I have a 3mm tungsten bead on there. I'm going to use some brown thread. And this is some heavier thread. I think it's 140 denier, which is a little bigger than what I usually use. And we're going to trim off that excess. And we have a base of thread down to where the barb is. Now for the tail, I'm going to use a ring neck pheasant tail center. And I'm going to use that nice dark stuff. I'm going to pull off about 6 or 8 of them. We want the tail to be about maybe the length of the body. We're going to go ahead and tie this in. Now for our rib, I have a gold and silver tinsel. This is a number 16 tinsel. We're going to tie that in with the silver side showing. And we're going to wrap all of this going forward. And I can bring that up to the top there. You can go ahead and fold it back and put a few wraps on top of that. And then go ahead and trim that off. That's security and also makes the thorax just a little bit fatter. Now we're going to put the Hemingway Mayfly rubber legs on there. There they are. And these are brown, and these are the small ones. And here we have one, and it has a tab on there. I'm going to hold that on my side. And then, let me get that, there we go. And then when I wrap, it's going to come up to the top. And we'll go ahead and secure that tab. That tab wants to fold up just like that front part did. And we're going to bring the thread back to where the barb would be once again, back to the tail. I'm going to turn this sideways or even upside down so I have room to put my dubbing on. And for the dubbing, I'm going to use the Hemingway. This is deer hair dubbing, and this is brown. Very nice color. Matches the brown rubber legs perfectly. And we're going to just take some of that out, and we're going to leave those long hairs in there. And there's a lot of underfur in there also. Just going to make a nice tight noodle there. That nice and tight to the thread and right up to the nymph. Now I'm going to take my first wrap underneath, and then I'm going to start wrapping. And that does two things. It's going to hold the tail straight, and it's also going to ensure that you don't have a little spot on the back that the thread is showing. So go ahead and wrap that abdomen there. Remember, you could always add more. I'm going to pluck off a couple of those big ones. And I'm going to take a little bit more of the dubbing. I'm going towards the thorax now. So if I go a little bit far, that's not going to be a problem. Just go ahead and wrap that deer hair dubbing in there. And we want to kind of taper it as we go, too. And it didn't quite do it. I'm going to put a little bit more on there. There we go. Now it kind of is scraggly and very large, but when I wrap the rib, that should take that down into a nice shape. Okay, now I'm going to take that rib. I'm actually going to pull that rib just a little bit for two reasons: to get it through the thick hair, and also to it also stretches a little bit. Give it 3 wraps. Maybe I'll go 4 on this one. Right at that top there. 3 or 4 wraps is what you're going to do. Then we're going to secure that. You can fold that back and put a nice securing wrap on top of it. Then we take our scissors and remove that. Now we're going to go ahead and put some more dubbing on there to make our thorax. Got a lot of underfur in this one. That's fine. Whatever comes out, comes out. And we're going to wrap that forward, and then I'm going to wrap back, but I'm going to put more on there because I want that a little bit thicker. I'm going to fold over my legs. I'm going to hold those back 2 sets of legs. Got a little bit too close to them. There we go. That was pretty close. Now I'm going to put a wrap close to the second one, and then a wrap close to the front ones. Now you can take just a little bit of the underfur that's in here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap between them again just to hide those marks. And then when you bring it back up, the marks are going to be gone. We'll take our thread to the bead and we'll tie this off. Go ahead and whip finish. 1, 2, 3. Tug that in there tight. Take the poke and snip and snip that thread off. Now I'm going to put some head cement on there. And I'm going to put it right on that whole wing pad, and then put a generous amount on the bead itself so it rolls down into where it needs to go. And here we have a Hemingway gold-ribbed deer hair mayfly nymph. Hope that you learned something from this video. Hope that you would subscribe to my channel. Please refer me to your friends. Please visit my sponsors. Let them know I sent you. Leave comments, questions, suggestions. If you'd like to purchase this or any flies that I tie, go to etsy.com/shop/theflymanjim. And if you don't see it, just leave me a message through Etsy and I'll get right back to you and we'll figure out what you want. And most of all, thank you very much for watching my videos.